I'm so excited.
Just can't hide it.
Let me stop. We might get copyright issues, okay? Anyway, I'm really excited, folks. Good evening, fans. We're here live down under in our own homes, on our couch and in our room, bringing you the 2016 Australian Open Draw Live Real Tennis Fans experience, folks. Hopefully, we can bring an amazing show to you. And we're coming to you live, so don't forget to tweet your comments to us, hashtag RTF Livecast. Your questions and your comments, we really appreciate it. We already have 4 viewers so far. It's amazing! Exciting! Anyway, before we go any further, let me introduce my co-hosts, and I'm done nothing without these ladies. The co-hosts, the mostest. First, we have Andrine from Solely Tennis Channel. Travel. I don't know why I keep saying channel.
Hello.
You're not a TV show.
I don't know. Thank you for
Okay, she can be a TV show.
Maybe you will have a TV show and a travel channel, and going around doing sports events. I'll be right there with you, Andrine, and Janina from foreign Cincinnati. No, my God!
I want to tell everybody I don't live in Cincinnati.
She don't live in Cincinnati. She doesn't. She really doesn't live in Cincinnati.
We've only been doing this for about a year, and he still doesn't know where I live. But it's fine. It's not a big deal.
I know. I'm drinking. I hope y'all are drinking, people. I hope y'all are drinking. Don't forget, it's an adult show.
She's practicing internet safety. She doesn't let you know exactly where she lives.
That's right. Ohio is all you get.
And if you're making an adult beverage, people, don't let Bill Cosby make your drinks, okay? And no Jello.
Please don't. Please.
Don't.
No Jello shots. No Jello pudding pops.
Nothing of that sort, okay?
Nothing.
Or anyone who looks Bill Cosby-ish, okay? I'll give you that Bill Cosby vibe, just so you know.
Oh my
God,
anyway,
ladies.
Yes.
Before we go into the draw, let's get some quick results. We can tell you right off. I'm Janina. You should be all excited.
I am so excited, yet I am so incredibly disappointed in my life because I was tired and I didn't get to see Kuznetsova win. I had to go to bed. It's like the story of my life. I'm always sleeping during this time of the year when tennis is on. I'm too old for the whole sleep is for the weak thing. I just can't do it anymore.
I don't think she was playing that long, so I don't think you missed much.
Well, I stopped watching during the second set, or maybe the beginning of the third. I don't know. It was like 10:45, and I just couldn't hang anymore. So yeah, that happened. But yay, Kuznetsova won a title. And she looked damn good doing it.
Match yesterday as well too. She finished off Halep, who apparently has an Achilles tendon issue, but can still play. And Monica Puig totally vanquished Monica as if Monica had just stepped on the court for she got lost on her way to the tennis court. She was going to the bathroom as a spectator. Totally vanquished Monica. So Kuznetsova won another. I'm sorry, that was kind of accidental. Kuznetsova won another Premier title. Apparently, Kuznetsova is taking over Andrei Koba vulturing Premier title on the WTA side.
Get it done, girl. Get it done.
And on the men's side, there are 2 more finals later on this evening. We have Troitsky versus Dimitrov in Sydney, I think it is. Yes, Troitsky is trying to defend his title. And we have who's playing?
Well, we just had a retirement in a final about 20 minutes ago.
Yes. Bouchard versus Alize Cornet. That's going to be one popcorn match if there ever was one. I'm just saying. And on the men's side, Roberto Bautista just took out, Jack Sock took out himself. He retired in Auckland.
6-1.
6-1, and Batista Agut had broke him in the beginning of the second set. So he said, I can't feel my body. It's an out-of-air experience. I don't know where I am. What's going on here?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he was saying some crazy shit. Like
Oh,
again,
that sounds like the U.S. Open. Didn't he do the same? Didn't that happen to
Well,
Jeff in the U.S.
well, he
Open?
said
he
he
was
had the flu.
cramping then, and of
He said he
course,
had
you
the
No,
flu.
know,
that's the same thing. The same thing happened to him. He couldn't feel his body then too.
well, whatever.
This time he said he had the flu, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
"Motherfucker, it's too early in the year to start this shit again, okay? You're playing tennis, get your shit together. Hire a
No,
fitness
he
coach."
was already sick. He was already sick yesterday.
Anyway, he still got baby
See,
fat.
now it was very smart. See, now it looks like everybody who had all horrible things to say about Tomic, it was smart of him to pull out. Maybe
Hey.
exactly. Maybe
Meanwhile, no one is
Tomic
talking
made a
about the
wise
fact
choice.
that Belinda Bencic got bageled by Monica Puig, and she hasn't pulled out of the Australian Open, right? But I bet she's practicing for Melbourne, right? And
Well, she said that.
she pulled out to Sydney. So, Tomic, your problem was that you talk too much. Maybe
Yeah.
next time, less is more, okay? Less is more. Just letting you know. Anyway, and before we get into the draw, just we want to touch on one more. Did you forget something?
Well,
Oh.
two things. Let's touch on two things. Let's first touch on that amazing Serena cover. Again, she fucking killed it on a cover. Harper Bazaar this time. Did you see it?
No.
Are you serious?
Is that the one with the side boob?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You didn't like it?
Yeah,
I think it
was okay.
need a little more. It needs a little tape. Just a little tape to push it up a little bit.
I'm okay.
I liked it. I was
I'm
impressed.
okay with it.
Whatever.
It was
All
a
right,
nice.
okay.
Cover,
And the
but
next thing?
I just think you need to push that boob up a little bit, just a little bit more. Just
Oh my god, her boobs are fine.
Just saying. Anyway, the other thing is that I just feel every time we're in Melbourne, I don't know. I could see why some people skip Melbourne in the past because every time they gotta bring out Peggy Court, come and say some shit.
You didn't just call her Peggy.
I just think I'm getting so mad every time they put the role on Peggy, and she still looks strong as an ox. I'm not trying to blight her or anything like that, the Reverend Peggy Court. But just like, goddamn Peggy, why don't you be like Rod Laver and just shut the fuck up and just stay in the stand? Just stay in the stand and just look like an old retired champion. But no, you gotta open your mouth every fucking year and say some stupid shit. But it's not a homophobia. I'm homophobic bullshit. This year you decided to go on a rant about the ladies' tour and allegedly it's boring. But article, some context, as Andreen would always say. The BBC put out an article entitled, let me get the title for you. It says, Margaret Court, women's tennis is a little bit boring.
Is that actually the title? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That is the title.
Yeah, that's the title.
And I would say that having read the article, I just feel like it's one of those things where it's just like a quotation salad. You just take a whole bunch of quotes from all over the place and just throw it in a blend and try to put the most sensationalized one at top clickbait. And it wasn't a actual sit-down interview or long-form interview where you got a lot of what she was saying in context, because it just seemed that every paragraph was framed in terms of a sensationalized quote. Excuse me. And she had a lot of, I don't know, ladies, you can tell me what stood out for you and what you thought on the impression, because apparently it set the tennis ball on fire, and everyone, including myself, as I just did, I brought up a whole homophobic bullshit, Mother's Day massacre, Peggy Court bullshit, I'm just
Well, I think the first clue is that there isn't an author for it. So that tells you all you need to know. It's not an authored piece. So it looks like this is a mishmash of quotes taken from I have no idea where. I don't know when they were said. Because she can't. One of her claims is that she thinks that the top 4 men are more interesting right now. But I don't know. We all know that we don't really have top 4 guys. So maybe this was early last year when she said that. So I wasn't as offended by the article because it was clearly meant to get you to click on it and get enraged and start defending Serena, who doesn't keep defending. And
Well, I just think she sounded bitchy. I mean, she's talking about how when I played tennis, it was harder. We used wooden rackets.
Well, okay. I mean, wooden rackets are harder to play with.
Sure, they're heavier, but I don't know. It sounded like a big giant bitch fest to me, and I didn't like it. But honestly, I didn't think of it that way. I just read it and took it at face value. I didn't think about the fact that, there's no author, and it's just a shit ton of quotes, blah, 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 blah. I just read it, and I was like, what is this? And, whoever that author was, there's a typo in it. Probably should go back and fix that. We need to be very clear about the meaning of the different ways to use the word your.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, but I think whenever I see pieces like this, I always think these pieces come out because this is really a narrative that maybe the tennis media wants to put out in the universe.
Right, and they need it to be validated by someone. Yeah, exactly.
They need someone to say this because none of them have maybe the ability to say it because maybe they won't get interviews with the people who are going to be insulted in it. So, but they still want this information out there. So it was a nice information soup. Whose mind is changed by this, I have no idea. I mean, I'm still at the same place I was when I read it. I haven't gone anywhere else. So, I think it's just a clickbait piece.
Okay, clickbait.
What I found interesting about it, the thing that I found really interesting is that, she had a baby and came back and became number one. I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, good for you, Peggy. I mean, could be something interesting in the world at one point.
Yeah, she did, she did say maybe having children lets you focus a little more because you're not just thinking about yourself. You have other people to think about. That was a nice.
And tennis, and I think she kind of reinforced what Roger Federer was saying quite recently when it comes to parenting and children. She was just like, basically you couldn't just, tennis is not that serious anymore. Play a match, you gotta get off and go. You can't go off and focus on tennis because you have other things to do. I just gotta say, Peggy, where is your husband? Okay, you didn't have to do it by yourself. Okay, so. Okay? Your husband wasn't babysitting, okay? He's taking care of his child. If I hear another woman say my husband is babysitting, I would punch her in the fucking throat.
My Lord, that's violence. Woo, stop the violence. Woo.
We do not advocate violence here at the Reels podcast.
I would side her, eye her in the throat then.
There you go.
Perfect. Alrighty.
So are we ready, ladies? Are we ready?
Let's do it.
I just gotta let you know, I took this very seriously. I had like a table. I wrote up my draw in pencil so that I didn't have to erase. I could erase later on.
Oh, I always use pencil.
No, we had said last time that we would probably keep it in pen and then see how we actually did later on. But
Exactly.
Anyway. Sorry. I did it in pen. Anyway.
You've already given up the note. So you can't go back.
Anyway, I wouldn't erase. So,
liar, liar, pants on fire.
It's way too early for this shit, okay? Be nice, okay? I'm drunk. I've been drinking adult beverages. So let's start with the ladies.
Okay.
So I have to say, my overall impression for both sides of both men and the women draw overall is that I actually think that it's the most balanced draw I've seen in a very, very
long time.
I have to say that. I mean, I don't know if it's because people were pulling out, the people were saying Aussie Open, magic draw hand, just fuck this shit, I mean, I gotta spread it evenly. But, I mean, I have to say, I think people are gonna get some nice matches all around. Any day that they go for the first week, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
They're gonna get some good matches. So
the women.
So before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen who are listening in the listening world, I just want to let you know. So we decided every draw we usually come up with categories, but we don't really stick to these categories. So this time around, we're gonna try to stick to those categories. Try as best as we can. So the first category is So when you say your match, you have to say which side of the draw it is, okay? And then
Okay.
which quarter. I think that
Okay.
should be helpful. So, snoozer match on the ladies' side.
Snoozer, snoozer, snoozer. Well.
And first round match, okay? Just for the first round match, I guess.
You know,
First-
I have to say, I was going through. It would have to be. I was going through the first part of the draw, the second half of the draw, the Halep side,
Okay.
and I just kept putting like little parentheses, like this will be a fun match. This will be a fun match. So clearly, the snoozer side of the draw really is the Serena side. I find.
Yeah.
I feel like those matches, at least in the first round, are sort of more boring. But also because there are a ton of qualifiers on that side that just haven't been placed yet. So
Okay.
I have no idea what's gonna happen there.
That's
But
right.
yeah, you know, so I was like, none of those really interested me at all. But first round match, I mean, I feel like Sharapova versus Habino, that seems like a drubbing, possibly.
right. I think so. I agree with that, but I just think that, people would still come out and watch that anyway because it's Maria.
Sure.
I
And we haven't
initially
seen
had
her.
her down. Right, exactly. I initially had her down. But, I said any match with Carla Suarez, Navarro, and Roberta Vinci,
Oh,
any
God.
match, they both have qualifiers. I'm just saying that
You both have qualifiers.
ain't nobody checking for that match.
Well, both of them could lose to qualifiers. I mean, if we're being honest.
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I took a look at the folks left in qualifying. I don't see that happening.
but I'm just
Well.
simply saying that, I mean, the only how that's going to be interesting per se is if either one of them draws Tamira Pasha.
Yes,
That's about
yes.
it.
She's like the only one I think in the draw and I don't know.
And
Did
Nicole
Rosano
Gibbs.
lose yet?
Nicole Gibbs.
Yeah. Yeah. The Virginia Rosano was playing.
Ain't nobody
Wait,
checking for shit.
Zhang
Ain't
Fei?
nobody checking for her.
I mean, I was kind of hoping
Nobody.
that Piavoni would get through qualifying, but wah, wah, wah.
I mean, Piavoni lost to Rosano.
Oh, I feel bad about that.
Franny girl, get your life. You can't. No. First of all, I thought Rosano had retired. Really?
I thought so too. I only just come back.
Oh.
I thought that she was gonna retire after the 2013 French Open first round loss. I mean, in fact, I would have beat Serena and then retire afterwards and be like, "Bitch, I'm going out in a fucking bag." But it's 2016. You beat Serena in 2012. Rosano, why are you still here? Why?
Stop. Well, she is still here, and she beat Franny, that I love dearly. And, what are you going to do? Nothing. Nothing. You just wait and see. Whatever.
So you don't have any snoozer match? You don't have any matches?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not excited about anything in the beginning, really. You know what? Well, we're not there
Well,
yet.
that's
so
the
I'll
whole
wait.
point. If you're not excited about anything in the
Maybe
beginning,
the
that means that
entire
it's
first
all
round. Yeah,
No.
maybe the entire
No,
first round
no.
might be a snoozer. No,
No.
I don't think that.
It's
But
possible. No, look.
it is
You know what can't be a snoozer? Listen, there are tons of matches that are going to be
Yes.
exciting. So I think like for example, Bencic versus Allison Risk. That's a pretty tough go
Yes.
for both of them
Yeah.
right away.
Popcorn,
Then you got
popcorn.
yeah,
yeah,
I've got that
you-
marked as popcorn, no doubt.
Yeah, you got Heather Watson versus Tamia Babos. That's like too soon for those two. It's pretty strong. Kuznetsova versus Huntakova. I mean,
I'm pissed about that.
that's a little.
Stop that. I'm putting a gong on that. Putting a gong on that because I'm just simply saying, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to give myself one of these.
Why?
You don't even know what you're doing.
Because, you know why? I put a gong on it because there should be an easy match for Kuznetsova. But
It
knowing
should be,
Kuzi,
but just
but knowing Kuzi, she may have goats in Sydney.
You know what?
So,
Back off. That title is going to motivate her.
You know what? I don't know. You know that. I mean, it was funny. This whole time I was sitting around, I was thinking to myself, has anyone ever taken a week prior to a slam and really taken that title and gone on a nice run. I don't remember the last time anyone was like on fire just a week before the slam and made an impression. Sure, like you won a title and then you took the week off like say Vika did, and then you went on a nice run in the slam. That happens. But anyone that's playing tomorrow or today, I'm like, really? I can't quite buy into it. I'm ready and willing to buy into it for Kuznetsova, but I feel like I'm not going to get burned by expecting much from her at all.
I'm gonna tell you where I remember this happening. And
Tell me.
maybe long memory. Venus Williams 2000 or 2001.
Seriously?
Pilot 10.
Over a decade ago.
Wait. I'm just saying.
I'm cutting your ass off now. No.
I'm talking about recently.
No.
Recently. Has anyone sort of
Recently, no.
Maybe, yeah, like, or maybe, well, no, not even like Petra. Like, Petra would do it, say, in New Haven and then show up at the U.S. Open and flame out.
Yeah.
Or, something like that. But I don't think anyone's ever, maybe, no, not even. I was thinking Madison Keys maybe at Wimbledon.
Yeah,
no,
right,
it just doesn't really happen. So I'm prepared to be open-minded about it, but I'm gonna reserve judgment on that.
Yeah, I just think, and I don't even particularly see this on Nadal probably, but no, they don't ever play the week before. They
No one does.
We've got someone on Twitter telling us that Carlos Suarez Navarro's match is going to be one of the snoozer matches. I mean,
yeah,
Yvette, I agree because they kind of roll that way often. I agree.
It's Carla versus so basically it's a tie between, you guys are so bad. It's a tie between Vinci and a qualifier who's unknown, and Carla and a qualifier who's unknown.
I'm just saying,
right?
Anybody, whoever it is, no one is gonna be sure. They're gonna put that on code 18. That's gonna go on code 18. No one is checking for that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
You know what? A possible, and don't hate me, people, but I'm telling you what I'm a little bit nervous about.
what?
I'm nervous about Serena's first match.
Oh, Georgie, yeah.
Yes.
Why?
I'm not nervous.
Because she hasn't played. Georgie can get hot, and she plays well. And I don't know. That stands out to me. That just popped out. I looked at that and I was like, ooh. I feel like it might be a nice test. It might be a snoozer. I feel like it truly could go either way. I really do.
I think it'll be chaotic. Because that's like because what you would ideally want is Serena to play somebody who's going to allow her to kind of get into the match and have a couple exchanges, right? But Georgie's just going to go for her shots. And if it's going well, then Serena will be like, fuck this bitch. It's going to take forever. I can't get anything going. Or if it's going poorly, it could just be one of those really ugly matches.
Yeah.
Where it's just errors upon errors, maybe a couple breaks of serves before somebody rights the ship, and most likely it'll be Serena. So,
most likely. I just think that has a potential for some messiness. So,
that was the match I counted as a train wreck match.
Okay.
Like that match.
It could totally be a train wreck.
Hey,
Tony says that he thinks that Jeannie won a title the week before the French Open in 2014. What I want to know is what did she
so. Did she?
What did she do?
Well, she had a nice run. Yes, she did. Jeannie did have a nice clay court run. I remember up to the French, and so there was a lot of expectations.
So they must know something.
The Nuremberg.
I don't remember. Yes, that's what Renee said. She was the
That's
queen
what
of Nuremberg.
Okay.
Yes, that was her.
Yeah.
And then yes, I remember. She was.
I don't remember
probably,
shit.
Yeah, she's the one that made the most impression in that way.
Okay. All right.
Good memories, guys. Good memories.
Yeah, thank you, because I remember nothing.
You see, I went way, way back to 2000.
I know.
I'm just saying, Jeannie, you don't be around a lot for me to be remembering you, okay? You keep slipping and falling and disappearing and got concussion. So you have head injuries. I have head injuries sometimes too. I forget.
No. Well, see, I didn't want to fall in line. I didn't want to fall down the recentism trap, of believing in people like like Jack Sock, right? For example, I didn't want to fall down the Jack Sock truck. Because if you've been watching Jack Sock for the last 3 days, you'd be like, "Ooh, I'm penciling him into the quarters." No, not really. Come on, people. So, but
before we go in case I forget, let me put this on the record. I put it on Twitter. I think it's time Jack Sock take a bobsledding or some kind of winter sport. Clearly, he's not fit for the sun. The sun come out.
Oh, that is well. Maybe we skipped ahead, but yeah, that's probably going to be the big problem for him is the heat. Oh,
the heat.
Yeah. Well, we will talk about Jack.
Popcorn matches for me. I'm surprised. I think y'all are just trying to ignore the obvious.
What?
I'm gonna say Venus versus Johanna Konta.
Yes!
That's gonna be a popcorn match.
Well, it's not even
gonna be
popcorn. It's gonna be like, I feel like that match honestly was my.
It's gonna define her tournament.
Yeah, it's my too soon. Like I felt like Venus. Everyone's talking about Serena getting Georgie. I mean, come on. But that to me is a risky match for Venus.
It is.
It's risky. She could lose that match. Very much so.
Well, Venus could lose any match these days.
Exactly. But that's even better. But I tell you what, I wouldn't have felt as nervous if she was playing Donna Vekic or something like that.
Oh, shit. Shade.
You
ain't right, Andrew.
I know I'm not right.
May the drop gods bring Tamira Peshik on her ass. I'm just saying.
You know, I don't know that I don't know that Miss Donna is gonna win a match. I think she's gonna find herself in a situation where she has some unfamiliar attention. I think it's going to follow her this far because this is gonna be one of the first times that we really get to see her since all of the bullshit that happened at a major tournament. Yeah. And I think she's going to find some unexpected attention, and I feel like it's going to fuck with her head, and she's going to fizzle out.
Luckily for her, she's facing an unknown qualifier, so I don't know who that is. So.
We'll see.
Yeah, and in the second round, she might face Svitolina, and apparently Svitolina is having some kind of brain cramp or having a stroke on court, because I don't know. Elena, you need to tell me. I don't know if Nike did something with your head since you left Ellis, because you need to explain to me how the hell Angie Koba on court having heat stroke and you getting bageled. I getting bageled.
Listen, everybody has to adjust. Everyone has to adjust. Well, I'm also sad about that. I'm sad about that draw because I'm sad about Victoria Duval playing Elena Svitolina. That's pretty. I mean, that's a tough out.
What if she gets through, though?
I mean,
imagine if she gets through. I think if she gets through, where is she?
Then she faces Donna Vekic or the qualifier.
Yeah, I think if she gets through, she might really, honestly make it to the third round, and that would be amazing.
I don't want to see her get killed by Vika. Nope.
Well, that would be good for her, though, to get to the third round.
Money is better than second round money. So if you're going to get beat by Vika, you get beat by somebody really good.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay? Third round money is always better than second round money. So go as far as you can go.
Every time.
So I'm not worried about, to me, I guess it would be interesting for Serena. I mean, like she's only lost one first round match ever in majors. So Australia is her favorite slam. It's her first slam ever. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, and it's the place where she's won the most. So I think Georgie, for people who are afraid, Georgie might come up with a hot hand for 2 minutes. But anyone who watched Camilla long enough know double fault will reign. Like it
at some point.
I'm telling you, she will make it rain. I mean, like, if you think it's like Maria played Serena 5 times more. It's just like double fault. Georgie's double faulting even when she don't even need to. Like, literally, like you can see coming a mile away.
Okay,
so I do think for me, which we're still on popcorn matches.
Yeah.
Tony says we're way too calm about this draw. I'm trying to find out what he's nervous about.
What is he nervous about?
Well, I have some of popcorn matches that people probably mightn't see.
I don't think the women really get extremely interesting until round 2, round 3.
Mm-hmm.
Not week 2,
round.
Andreen. Come on.
No, third round. Listen, I didn't find any of the women's. Okay, fine. Let's say popcorn match. I think Mladenovic versus Dominika Sibakova could be interesting as a first rounder. That one I thought was good.
Madison Brengle versus Coco Vandeweghe.
Oh, come on.
I like that. She should, but it doesn't mean she will because she's
two
crazy.
Americans, I guess. But
yeah. Garcia versus Barbara Strikova. Ooh, that's gonna be Carolina Garcia versus.
You know what I want to see? I
would watch that match for sure.
I want to see in the second
that match taken care of easy.
In the second round, I want to see Bethany Maddox-Sands and Lisicki.
Ugh. Take that.
No. I mean,
I think that's a good.
Yes, train wreck section. That is a train wreck.
Fuck you, everybody. Fuck you.
No, that's not my train. You know what? My train wreck section for this draw is the bottom. Is Simona Halep's section. Simona Halep's quarter I found to be the train wreck. Only because I don't know how Simona is doing, and I don't know how Madison Keys is doing,
and I don't to come through.
I mean, I actually
right now today.
Really?
Who'd you pick?
Huh?
Who did you pick right now today to come through there, Keys or Halep?
You know what? I thought it was gonna be. Listen, you don't even want to know.
Come on.
I thought Ivanovic would get through that.
You know what? No.
Actually,
no.
The guy.
I thought it was Ivanovic, ECAT, and like I have to. When you say get through, what round? Up to like say the first week, round of 16 week.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Keys, so I couldn't comfortably
her either. But I chose her. I did.
You're nice.
I chose her to take out Anna, and you know what? I feel like if she gets that far and she can take out Ivanovic, then she's playing well. And given what we've seen from the little Romanian, I say she gets past her.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, I put Anna down in pencil and in light pencil.
Or you did not. Why are you lying?
Wait.
No, we're not gonna have any of the bullshit lies.
Wait, no, but I tell you what I did. You know what?
How far do you have Anna going? How far do you have Anna going?
I put Anna down in light pencil because she was the top. She was a seeded player and she's experienced.
So what?
Wait a minute. Let me finish. But however, I put an asterisk. I put an asterisk next to Perankova and Shrevinova's name, and I said, if any of you girls really want some money, you can find yourself in the round of 16.
No, you know what I did? I thought from that mini section, I thought ECAT would get through there because she typically does well in Australia. I haven't seen anything about her, but all the other players around her, like Carolina Pliskova, I mean, I feel like ECAT is wily enough to possibly do some damage and take her out.
And ECAT can't deal with a big serve. She can't deal with a big serve.
Exactly. She can play with, and you know, once you return Pliskova's serve, there's not much she does with it. I mean, just look at the match when Halep had her running around like a crazy person.
Let's make sure that we keep including our Twitter people. So Tony says he is just stressing about everything. He says it's Serena, Maria.
Can we talk about Serena stands?
Something crazy happening somewhere. Listen, Tony. Listen. Let me tell you something, buddy. I adore you. I do. I think you're an awesome person. You are a Serena fan. You should know better. If you're going to stress about a Serena match, don't let it be Serena and Maria. I am telling you, you can book it. Take this shit to the bank. Maria will never beat Serena again. Serena is not going to allow it. It ain't happening.
If she's not feeling good and she sees Maria coming in the next round, she'll be losing.
She'll be golden. She will be golden. She's like, bitch, you knocked me off my pedestal when I was, when you were young and blah, 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 and it'll never happen again. Tony, go get a massage. Relax. It's okay.
Don't worry about him.
Reasonism, we got information from Bridge Frida Spin. She says Lena getting to the final of Rome and winning the French Open that year, as well as Serena doing the whole clay court season. That's true.
But
it wasn't the week before.
No, it wasn't the week before. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, the lead-up tournaments, which is why I said Vika. Lead-up tournaments, I get it. Totally valid. Lead-up tournaments. But playing directly the week before feels to me like it was very Wozniakian of people. It's a Wozniacki strategy.
Well, probably Wozniacki winning Pilot Pen and then getting to the finals. Did you win Pilot Pen that year? I don't know.
My contention might be off. But, you know, I mean, I have to say that this draw doesn't, I mean, Serena's draw doesn't really concern me. I was just having a conversation offline with Reels, and I said to him, I don't really understand Serena stands. Why do they panic? The only reason why Serena stands should ever panic is if Serena is injured. 9 times out of 10, Serena is not beaten by somebody playing.
And hey, we have heard it straight from the horse's mouth, no pun intended, that she is 120, 130%. She has no inflammation in that knee that caused her to withdraw from a tournament, a week and a half ago? She is good to go. So, you know, she's got it in the bag.
Ready for tough matches, she said.
She is always ready, but I mean,
the way if she's not ready, if she's dodgy, then she has to worry about it. It doesn't even matter
if she's not ready.
Listen, a dodgy knee, I will give it. Yes, she can win with half a lung. We thought
my God.
But
half a lung injury?
Yes.
Yes,
I know, it just sounds so dramatic.
No, she was that. She was coughing up a lung.
I know.
But I'm just saying, if Serena is really not fit, she's fit, but if she's really injured with the knee and is maybe suspect, maybe her fans should start worrying, say, fourth round, if Wozniacki gets there, you know. That's the kind of thing that could happen.
She's not going to get there. That's just it.
You don't think Wozniacki can get through that easy section? She's got Irani, Karuminara.
I just feel like she's useless lately. I feel like,
as a matter of fact, I am not sure if Princess Ava might just decide, you know what, I want that second round money.
Oh, please.
I want that second round money. I don't know.
I've actually got Irani over Wozniacki. I don't know why.
That'll be the first time in a long time.
And that's fine. That's fine, you know. That is totally fine. It's not a big deal. It's okay. But I don't know. I feel like she's so disconnected from tennis lately for whatever reason. I feel like she's just absent.
You think Wozniacki? I think Wozniacki was performing fairly well in Auckland.
Well, that's it. That's all you're gonna get.
No, I mean, like, that's what it was. She was playing well. She ran into a really nice, convincing Sloane. So I don't know. I mean, I don't imagine that Wozniacki will have a problem getting to the third.
But that was a match I think Wozniacki usually get over and get through.
What? Well, let me ask you guys this.
Record against Sloane, no?
But Sloane was playing so well.
And
Sloane basically had a good serve, and she was and she actually demonstrated all of the skills that we knew Sloane was capable of. So I feel like that's usually what you get when you have an aggressive player playing Wozniacki and comfortable on their serve, is that you get through that match painlessly. The only reason why it probably didn't happen was because Sloane probably wasn't playing up to her potential. Right. Got distracted, allowed herself to get into defensive play, which Wozniacki would have eaten up and loved. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not as I don't feel like
looking at the overall draw. Do you even have a clusterfuck section for the women? Because I don't.
A clusterfuck section?
I don't have one.
I have a stinker section. I actually, in my mind, I literally penciled in a qualifier will get through.
An Aussie qualifier?
That key to the section, a qualifier will find that way in the round.
You know what? That section, for the same reason about Halep, we haven't seen Petra. I don't know how Petra is doing.
Yeah, I don't know
Petra's that's doing. The thing. Like, for me, that was just a mystery section, which, by the way, do you know who I picked to get through that section?
Stozer.
No, Carla!
Oh, Jesus. Maybe she's gonna wear her lucky pantyhose.
You know what
Who knows?
though? Carla has a winning head-to-head against most of the people in that section, and so it was either like I thought maybe Carla and Dominika Cibulkova had a real shot in that section because
Cibulkova has to defend her quarterfinal points.
Exactly, and if Petra is not well, that's a really nice section for Dominika, I think. Like, I mean, you know, I was like,
Gavrilova is in this section too.
Yeah. I know, right? That was my
the newly minted Aussie sensation.
Well, you know what? Given how shitty Stosur plays in Australia, but yet managed to do somewhat well last week, I'm gonna put her through to the quarters.
Stop.
No. You think what? You think she beat?
You get a god. Did you say Samantha Stosur? Did you say Samantha Jane Stosur?
Oh wait, I forgot she runs into Sloane. Okay, I'll put her into the round of.
Samantha just runs into Australia. She doesn't do well in Australia.
You are so incredibly mean.
I mean, look at Samantha's head. Look at Samantha's
She's
record.
trying to make an Australian turnaround at the end of her career.
Look.
I don't know if she's quite at the end, but
she's getting old. It's the end. Come on.
Well, I thought that Puig would probably take her out again. That's what I thought in the second round. You know, I mean, like I just thought I thought Puig would be like, okay, fine, Kuznetsova humiliated me, but I'm still feeling like I could have done something. So I feel like she gets past Magna, and then she gets. I mean, maybe Stosur doesn't get past the qualifier. Maybe Stosur's the one that gets past.
Wouldn't that be so shit?
I don't know, maybe not. So I had Stosur going out in the second round to Monica Puig, and then having and then I feel like the draw was very nice to Aga. Don't you all think?
Oh, I want to see Aga and Bouchard play.
Yes.
Bouchard isn't gonna. No.
You don't think Bouchard can get past Krunik?
No, I think that's fine. I don't think she gets past Aga.
No, but Aga is the second round. Yeah, the two of them. I thought that was my too soon match. That came too soon for me. I didn't want it. I like them both, so I didn't want them both. I didn't like one of them going out that early. So that's a bit sad for me, right there.
Versus Watson in the second round, possibly. That's a match I think might be.
Yes, that's a too soon match for me as well. And
who do you have coming through?
I have Heather.
If Melinda's fit, she can deal with Watson. But
I picked Heather.
Do you know the head-to-head is like one to Heather, but it's probably I think it was quite a while ago. No, it's like 2014. It was 2014.
And Watson is very fit. She's a fit player. So
exactly.
She can deal with the heat.
So if benches isn't well, So if benches isn't well, I thought Heather gets through there. Oh my God, I picked Heather to go all the way so she can get her second bite at the Serena cherry.
Oh, so you have her taking out my Kuznetsova? Or did you not get? You didn't get Svetlana going that far.
She had to get past Sharapova.
Who has to get? No, you are in the wrong place.
You're in the wrong section. Who has to get past Sharapova? No, they don't play each other.
Watson?
Oh, no. I have Pops taking out Sharapova.
Oh.
Sorry.
honestly, I created our own section in my mind. It's sort of like, I want to have at least a magical run. And honest to God, I think Pavlyuchenkova deserves something. She deserves some money. She deserves a good run at Melbourne. She deserves it.
I'm pissed off at all these people who have left me in doubt about their health status. So I couldn't comfortably go hard on any of my choices. So I didn't really know what Pova was capable of. So I have her only getting.
Way.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't get. I mean, okay, third round is all of those matches. I'd be willing to sit down and watch any of those. Mm-hmm. That's the first time the women's side here.
That it looks good.
It looks good. Like I'd be willing to get some less sleep to see. I'd like to see Heather and Svetlana if they get there. I'd like to see Pavs and Pova. I'd like to see Aga versus Puig. I'd love to see Sloane versus Vinci if that works out. And Dominika, I don't know who the hell's going to come down there because I don't know if Petra's awake or not.
She might be.
These are the problems I have with this draw. Like everyone is so
up in the air that I couldn't comfortably go anywhere with it.
Yeah, I went back and forth too. I'm looking at Maria and I'm thinking, okay, she should win. She should win. She should win. And at the same time, I'm going, is she healthy? Is she healthy? Is she healthy? Because if she's not, she might go out relatively early.
I mean, let's see. I think she gets through now, and then she gets through maybe who else? Rodina or Sasnovich.
I mean, she should.
Yeah, I feel like she gets there. I think the strongest competition is Pavs, and then I was like, okay, well, if she's not really doing well, I think Pavs. Every now and then Pavs feels herself. I mean, she did it in Paris, but that was indoors, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I think we'll know early what kind of shape Maria's in. If she's going to play struggle tennis or not.
That was kind of my... I feel like all these unhealthy people have wrecked my draw. The easiest section I think was to write was the Kerber.
Kerber section. I look at section, and I'm going to say... JJ, Yelena Yankovic, this is your swan
This is your chance.
This is your
chance.
She can
get it.
That's her chance.
She could really get to the quarterfinals, if not the semis, basically.
Exactly. I saw this and I was like, JJ, do it.
You can get to the
I think
quarterfinals.
out.
No, but you see,
suspect, right?
To me, it's suspect on hard court. On hard court, we go full
Well,
hard.
I think in general, JJ's suspect.
Well, JJ generally is,
but
but I feel like, I feel like JJ can handle some of these like young upstarts.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been impressed by
anybody on any given day. I mean, let's be real. She can handle anybody, but I don't know. I feel like Kerber's gonna come through
going.
there.
Well, yeah. I mean, Kerber is strong. I mean, Kerber has a better head-to-head against her. So but I picked her to get that far.
Right,
I think that JJ has a chance. But that was the easiest section of the draw. I felt fairly comfortable that everybody was healthy.
And who do you have coming through? Who do you have getting to the semis?
Kerber versus Vika.
Vika.
Well, you know what? Talk about a popcorn match. Vika versus Garbiñe, if that happens.
Right.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
I feel like Muguruza has taken over the Vika spot.
Exactly.
The up and comer.
The maid of honor.
The bad bitch.
The second runner-up tier. Okay, that she is. If Serena doesn't take the crown, it's Maria we talk about. If Maria isn't the one we're talking about, we talk about Vika. And all of a sudden now, it's some Spanish girl with a Azusa. No, Vika is not having that. Vika isn't having this.
It's ex-coaches. It's ex-coach and grudge match time.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So I want that match. I mean, that match
I want it too. I want it bad.
That to happen.
And I would love to see Muguruza come out of there, but I think Vika probably will. So who do you have? Who do you have on that side of the draw in the semis?
Wait.
What?
Is Reels giving us you don't think Vika gets through Garbiñe?
Look, you see, I'm telling you, Garbiñe is hanging around Diva Dow lately. And I think she is, according to, we've had it a report that is the couple that we want to see.
Yeah.
Garbiñe and Diva Dow. But, on and off the court, it was said. I think
No. I think that with Garbiñe, I
think Garbiñe knows if she fucks up hair, she will be forgotten.
No
shame in losing to Vika.
I think, listen to me. When Garbiñe is playing well, she's playing really well. And I think she has a game that can stand up against Vika.
Well, yeah,
she absolutely does.
But I mean, my problem with Garbiñe is that she's not. Not even reliable. Doesn't she have like a questionable injury? So I don't think she's like 100% for that.
Don't they all have questionable injuries at this point? I mean, come on. I can't even deal with injuries.
I'm gonna call the whole old WTA draw questionable.
It is
questionable.
When the person who has a chronic disease is the only so-called healthy one, you got a problem. The WTA, you have a problem.
Well, basically, though, it just means that we're like I said before, we're gonna have a roller coaster because we're gonna be walking around like, who's getting
was that a win? You know, that's the way we're going to treat that. So,
Yeah.
So
Well,
with that being said, ladies, I want you to give me a number.
Okay.
As to how many retirements you think it's gonna be on the ladies'
yes.
side?
Oh shit.
Retirement.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't ask you for medical timeout because that would be.
Oh, that's like 25.
But you get
Retirement. Given what happened last week alone, I'm gonna go with 5.
On the women's side. For the
on the women's side, 5. What do I get if I win? The Powerball?
Don't fuck with me, you're funny. You're trying to hurt my feelings. You're trying to hurt my feelings.
Wait. This is a total aside, and just because it's live, I have to share it. I now heard that several people have spent so much money trying to win the Powerball that they now have to start a GoFund page to get out of debt.
I can do you better.
Jason Reed, did you?
I read the GoFund page. What's that? Janina?
I didn't know Jason Reed. But no, the truth is, you know what I did? I spent $4 on the Powerball because that's how I think the lottery works. People spent thousands of dollars. So sorry, people. I'm not putting your GoFund page in that.
I read the GoFund page about my family is broken, we have nothing left. People, come on now.
I don't know. I'm totally starting a GoFundMe page tomorrow. Support me, people.
I'm not gonna do that. I think everyone pulled out last week with your birth control method reels. So I don't suspect they pulled out. So I don't suspect anyone's gonna. I actually am thinking that I'm gonna see 3 people.
3?
3.
Oh, that is quite generous given the size of the
I'm very generous.
Women have been notoriously stronger than the men. They don't weak out.
So, I mean, when we get to the men's side, that might be different.
Yes, that's going to be different.
Men never want to pull out.
I think we're talking...
All right. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I mean, women might pull out of doubles and mixed doubles.
Oh yeah, maybe things like that. Yeah.
Maybe that. But in the singles draw, I'm gonna even lowball you, Andre, and I'm gonna say 2.
Oh bullshit.
Yeah.
So, well,
Janina, you've got 5.
I got 5. You've got 3. Reels has 2. We will be checking in with that.
The first week,
right away, Reels will be eliminated when 2 people go back.
The second week, the women play through the pain.
Doesn't everyone? I hope.
Oh God.
Yeah, crooked.
Okay, so before we move on to the men, I just want to, because we're gonna have a next show in the middle of next week, and hopefully I'm not gonna say what happened, but anyway, so I'm gonna ask you ladies to give me a round of 16 for the top half of the draw women.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. I'm counting. So I'm like, wait, did I get everyone?
Quarters?
I know. Where is that?
It's one that says 1/8.
1/8. I know.
Week 2.
For the fans at home who are listening and watching.
Okay, so who survives to week 2? Okay.
Yes.
I got it. I have in the top half, I have Serena going up against Carol.
Mm-hmm.
Heather going up against Pavs.
Mm-hmm.
Aga going up against Sloane. Carla going up against Petra.
Damn, girl.
Yeah, I could not let Petra go because you know how Petra likes to be sick before a slam and then win it.
Know, right?
Wimbledon.
Right.
Okay,
and the second half, I have Kerber versus JJ, Vika versus Garbine, Venus versus Ikat, Ivanovic versus Halep.
Okay.
See, I like all of those matches.
I like them too, but I like mine better. I'll tell you what I got.
Go ahead, tell us.
I have Serena and Irani.
Ooh.
Kuznetsova and Maria. Stosur and Sloane, and Petko and Petra.
Oh, you're so nice to Petco.
I am. I love her.
You are.
Okay, and on the other side of the draw, I've got Kerber and JJ, Vika and Garbine, Venus, Muguruza, Venus and Makarova,
Look at you.
and Halep.
Oh, you chose Halep.
Nice.
Did you say I shouldn't have chose Halep?
No. I said, you chose Halep. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I did.
Tell us. We know Fantastical Reels is gonna do something crazy. What did you do?
I know. Where's Carlos Navarro?
Okay, I have Serena versus Wozniacki.
Yeah.
I have Kuzi versus Maria.
Versus who, Maria?
Kuzi, don't fuck me over, please. Don't fuck me over, okay? Since you came up with this new strategy that you barely ever do well before, I'm gonna go bench it if Kuzi decides to fuck up.
You don't get to have a second choice.
But you can't do a second choice.
That is so illegal.
I know. You've gone with Solana and
Commit
Paso.
to your dream.
Alright, sorry. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Kuzi versus Maria. Kuzi, don't fuck me over with that ugly kid, okay? Don't fuck me over.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Go on.
I am gonna say Bouchard.
Please. You silly boy.
God, you're horrible. You think you've got Aga in the second round. You're horrible.
You silly boy.
I cannot wait. I only want this, not that I really hate Aga, but because I know the trolls would drag WTA to fill. They're just ready to drag it. Look at your WTA champion losing in the second round.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's not happening.
You know,
that's what's good about Aga. She's predictable enough to know she's gonna get it.
Alright.
Go ahead.
I mean, I think
and what else?
Bouchard, just remember, no slipping, no going back. Get a wheelchair, okay, boo? When in the locker room, get a wheelchair, okay?
And don't go alone.
And your draw. Come on. I want to know.
All right.
And
who's the winner? Oh, sorry.
I have a qualifier versus.
You know what?
Gavrilova.
I quit.
What did you have? You've got Gavrilova going all the way there?
Actually, take that back. I have a qualifier versus Simokova.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Look, I am telling you, it is Melbourne, it is hot, and Petra don't feel like she's ready to play.
I know, I'm sure. I feel like Petra's not going to make it either, but, you know.
Well, especially not if it's super hot. We know that
I thought that maybe
really.
she was doing some secret indour training that she'll reveal.
It doesn't matter if she does secret indoor training because she got to play outside in the sun. No matter.
I'm telling you.
What's the Halep side? What's the Halep side for you?
That is the Halep side for me.
We did that.
No.
Pay attention.
Yes,
no, you didn't do. No, you did Kerber and JJ? No, you didn't do that section yet.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. So I have Kerber and JJ. You're right. I have Vika and Gabinia. Venus, don't fuck me over, please. Please. Handle Conta, okay? I have Venus and Makarova. You know, she plays well in Down Under. And I have... Yeah, I'm not gonna like this.
Tony is throwing major shade on you, but please continue.
Okay, I mean...
Who do you have? Who do you have?
I mean, this section, I don't even know who to pick, really.
It's a train wreck. It's a train wreck.
It's a train wreck.
Section?
I really want to say Parankova, you know, but...
Oh, God. Come on. This is not grass.
You know what?
No. Didn't Paranka won Sydney?
Beat us in Melbourne, so don't even tell her.
She did Sydney once, right? Wasn't she a Sydney champ? So it's possible.
Yeah.
So who do you have? Paranka?
I mean, Halep is complaining about Achilles issues, so I don't know. So
I feel like
she could get a shot. She could get the injection to get to the round of 16.
So it's Parankova versus who?
Simona, yes.
And Simona, for all that complaining, you still take Simona out there.
Right.
Because, you know, apparently Simona could play if she running around all the place with Kuzi yesterday. I mean...
So, you know what? We're all fair. I think I mean, because I don't trust Alizé to do anything but try to give Serena a hard time. So we were all fairly consistent in just a few. We all thought that
Garbinia would get there. Vika would get there. We're very generous with Venus, but I think we're just Venus fans.
No, let me clarify my Venus pick. Because this is truly, because I sat there and I looked at it and I looked at it and I looked at it some more. And what I really decided was, if Venus gets through her first round match, she's good to go. I really think that.
Yeah,
I think
the draw is pretty easy after that.
Yeah, if she gets through that, I think she gets to the semis. I really do. Shut up, Reels.
I mean, what?
I'm reading Tony comments.
What did he say?
Tony just like, Reels gonna have bye in round 2 now.
I told you he was throwing shade.
Okay, you know what, Tony? You get a Mimi, okay? I'm gonna send you a me, okay? You don't have permission to talk to me.
Fine.
I'm sending it to you right now, Tony.
All right, so to wrap up the women, who's your winner?
No, we're going to leave that for last.
We're going to leave that for now.
All right, we'll leave it.
Okay, we'll leave it. You're going to have
to the fellas.
Trust me, better do not put any money until the second week, because it's the walking wounded toe, okay?
The whole thing's probably a fucking train wreck.
Listen, we get like a nice prize. Whoever called the best survivors in week 1. I don't know what we're going to give each other, but maybe a timeout.
You know what?
So me and Paul ball money.
Tweet me. Give me your best survivor of week 1, and I will send you an autograph. Don't ask me who. A player. I'll send you a player autograph. Don't get picky about who it is. I'll just fucking send you one. So.
Oh, I wish I could do that. I don't collect autographs.
I actually have one.
Listen up, Twitterverse.
Okay, yes, please. I like that idea.
Tweet me at JLR78 or Andreen at whatever she is. I don't know. Andreen, who are you?
Such a bitch.
Your fault, Janina. Technical foul.
Andreen is at _Gallivant, and Reels is at Reels Tennis Fans. Figure out the spelling, get it right.
One and us. And there's these.
Tell me
who survives.
I already forgot.
What? Yeah, exactly.
Who survives week 1? Tell them to give you their
best
their
survivor.
top 16 of week 1, and then whoever comes closest in terms of getting them right, you will send an autograph.
I will send you an autograph.
And the second runner-up would also get an autograph, because I have an autograph of a player, and it's a
Reels,
legit
no
player.
one wants your autograph.
It's not a straw. Look,
you know the second runner-up. You know what the second run? Oh, I don't even know if this is better or worse. The second runner-up could get the blanket that I collected from the Davis Cup tie between Switzerland and.
Hey.
Why don't I get that?
I'm sorry, it doesn't have anything on it though. It's just a blue blanket, unfortunately. But if you want it.
Not that I hate France, and I do parler le français, but I thought it was red. I'm just saying.
No, it's just blue. So if you want it, though, I'll send it out.
I have a legit autograph from a player, top player, not a scrub, not a winch. It's a top player. She's saying since Janina held back.
I'm holding back. I have to figure out what I'm willing to let go.
She's going to let you know.
I only got one to let go.
Right now, you're not getting my Kuznetsova.
Okay, but and that's for WTA, right, Janina? WTA.
It's a WTA player.
WTA. No, it's a WTA section. It's the survivor of the WTA section, right?
Yes,
Janina,
right.
is it?
Yes. So tweet us your first week survivors of the WTA. Whoever gets closest gets an autograph.
The numbers right. Awesome. I love it. All right, let's get to as Margaret Court would say, the most exciting thing going on tour.
Exactly.
The men's tour. According to Margaret Court.
Oh yes.
I think it's just because she's into penis, but that's really all. Distracted by the peen.
But she only like not penis on penis action. She don't like that. Likey. No likey.
Listen, we can't.
maybe
we can't always take the old people there.
And there's no penis on penis action at all on the ATP.
No, the problem is she's Pentecostal. The Pentecostals, they only believe in the Spirit and the Holy Ghost. They can't really go with the gay thing. So, but you know, Margaret Court, it's all right. It's all right. We know your age is partly the reason.
Margaret, you just gotta deal when Sam and I come out, okay? You just gotta deal with it.
Leave Sam alone.
You just have to deal.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what it was, but I enjoyed filling out my drawer. I really did.
Oh my god, I hated it. Are you kidding me?
I mean, once you ignored the top quarter with Novak, I mean, just pencil that in.
Of course, I always ignore that.
I mean, once you ignore that section, that one was like, that whole section is a snooze fest. So I thought it was a popcorn match here. Come on. Where is there a popcorn match in the quarter, the no-lay quarter?
No, we're not to the quarters yet. Let's talk the beginning. We'll get there.
No. I mean his quarter of his little section.
I'm gonna tell you right.
There's a couple. You know what? I think there's a possibility.
First and foremost, Philippe Kohlschreiber versus Kei Nishikori.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a popcorn and a too soon for me.
It is way too soon. It's a heartbreaker, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a heartbreaker. We all know that I'm a fan of Kohlschreiber, and we all know that he can trouble anybody, but he never fucking wins. He might take you to 5, he might wear your ass out, but he doesn't win. So
but I still like
Nishikori might be hopping around on the half of a foot, and Kohlschreiber's gonna lose. I'm so pissed off about that first round matchup. It's just wrong on every level. It is so wrong.
I feel like Tsonga versus Baghdadis could ruin lives.
It could ruin the entire draw.
Because
Baghdadis can take. You know what? Okay, can I just tell you?
The crowd went wild because you know. Marcus Baghdadis is gonna go extra, read all about it. And he's in Melbourne, and there's a huge Cypriot community down there.
So it's gonna be like Tsonga showed up looking fit, and he was playing some good tennis, even though he lost. And so you knew Tsonga was like, I'm ready to. Yes, I've heard. Tsonga's already admitted that he just wants rolling grass. We know that. But, Tsonga's always done pretty well in Australia. So I was looking at this and I was like,
it's the only place he's been to the finals.
But Baghdadis is going to be like, I want 5 sets. Because Baghdadis will drag you down to his level.
He will drag you down.
For 5 sets.
He will wear you down.
Tsonga's chances.
He will make you have to change your shoes because you've worn out your soul. Marcos is hardcore.
And he's been to the finals too.
So you catch him on a good day, and you are fucked. You might win, but you're still gonna be fucked.
So that's like the little popcorny section. And remember our Ilya Marchenko who had a nice run in Doha?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's the one. Yes, he's the one that eliminated Ferrer, got all the way up to and then lost to Nadal. He was playing some good tennis. So, I mean, if Tsonga is tired after that ridiculous match,
right?
That could be a shot. So that could mess up that whole little section, which I thought
could mess
really
everything
fun.
up. I'm excited to see that match. I'm like, there's so many in the beginning of the men's draw. Like the men's draw this time around is by far better, even though I feel like.
Oh, wait! Before we go any further, I have a question, Jack. Just
Okay, what?
Who is probably going to be the first seed to be eliminated on the women's side?
Oh, on the women's side.
On the women's side.
Yeah.
All right, let's back up.
Sorry.
Let's back up.
Yeah, back up. Sorry, fans for listening.
First seed to be eliminated. Ooh, that's a good question.
First seed.
And I just want to say, I hope they put the Kirsten Flipkin and Marina Lucic-Baroni.
I hope it's on TV.
No, it can't be on TV. That's gonna be that's gonna bring women's tennis down to us out new level. We don't need it.
What? There's a really good chance that Lisicki's the first seed to be eliminated. Even though I want to see her in the second round, there's a very good chance.
I think Tamia.
Okay, Venus, hopefully they don't schedule you first and you play
it
the
will
last
not be
day.
Venus. Cut the shit.
I'm voting for Tamia as the first seed eliminated. First seed eliminated is Tamia.
I think Lizia Tosarenko versus Lepchenko.
Oh yeah.
Lepchenko takes that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good shot. That's a good shot. That
yes.
Lizia doesn't make it
And
there.
Caroline Garcia, they might put you up 11 o'clock in the morning.
Poor Carol. Leave Carol be.
Take it to the wood chip. She would. Barbara is that kind of. She could be that kind of player. But anyway, moving on to back to the Mets. Oh.
Okay.
We all had our picks, right? I'm not.
Oh, you could have said Stoser. We all decided to be kind.
I thought I was a buy for the other. I know exactly. We're trying to be kind.
We'll be kind. I'll be kind. Okay, while it's on our mind, can we say which one for the guys? Because I'm gonna forget.
Okay, while it's fresh on our mind.
The first seed from the men's side, to be eliminated. I kind of thought it might be Seppi.
Who?
Seppi.
He's not gonna defend his wrong point. You don't think he would?
I think Gavashvili takes on Seppi, to be honest. I really do. Or maybe it's a wish. I don't know. Sorry.
I have two, and they're virtually in the same place.
What?
I have Gilles Mola taking out Fabio Fonini.
Oh.
And Mikhail Kukushkin take out Sousa. I didn't even know he was seeded. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is that? Like, who's sick in the top drop? Who's sick in the men?
Sousa's 32. 32.
Like,
made it up in there. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of the people, when I was filling out the draw, I was like, when did you get ranked so high?
I mean, how is Sousa seeded and Bellucci not seeded? Like,
honey, let's talk about Sousa. Talk about how is Steve Johnson seeded. These are the things that keep me up at night.
Oh,
man. Player is 17. 17.
Listen. I don't know. I think Margaret and I are going to have to tussle about this exciting score.
I got to accounted. Who is doing this number check-in? I think people are adding points. I don't know. Something's going on here.
But again, remember, when you have a top player stealing all the points.
That's true.
It leaves a lot.
This is a good question, though. First seed that dropped, so I'm going to put it out there again. Tweet me. Tell me, who is the first seed on the men's side to falter? I send you an autograph.
Oh, God. You collected so much.
My God, Janina. When does this happen?
You know what? Don't worry about what I have.
She's cleaning her house. She's cleaning out her house. She's decluttering. She's getting rid of tennis players' autographs.
So, first seed to drop on the men's side. Tell me who it is. If you are right, I will send you a player autograph.
Oh, how cool. I guess maybe the player was generous enough to make it, hi, Janina. Thanks for loving me.
Oh, my God. Okay, seriously? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
So, let's start off with thinking, what's going to be the snoozer matches on the men's side?
Ooh, I'm just going straight to Novak section. And I'm thinking Novak Gabashvili. Ivo Karlovic and Jerry Vesely. I think that whole subsection right there. I'm sleeping through that whole section until it gets.
Benoit Paire versus Noah Rubin.
I don't know. They might be They both seem like they might be temperamental enough that they might make.
Like, if a whole bunch of America is down there, all the American in Australia is gonna be there for that one.
That seems, but that feels like an attractive match. Just and just curiosity's sake. So I don't know if that's a snoozer.
I thought Rubin was going to school. I don't know what he's saying for.
No. So that one, yeah. I think all the snooze matches. I call that section snooze fest.
The whole Nole section.
The Nole section is a snooze fest.
Julian Benneto is still playing tennis.
Yes. He has not. He's still trying to get that title. Leave him alone.
He's playing Nicholas and Margaret. I mean, that's not a popcorn match, but that's a good match, you know. Like if you don't want to run all over the place, if you're in Melbourne, this is a match you should probably sit down and watch. It would be good. Pretty.
You know what I'm not excited about?
What?
I'm not excited about Pospisil and Simone. I think that's
God,
too.
no.
I don't like it.
I mean,
Stop.
You know, Vasek, you know, I love you.
In the first round.
You know, I think you are very pretty, Pospisil. You are Popsicle. You
So
know,
you can
will
play
get
well.
it anytime. But you know, Pospisil, no, boo, you ain't ready for. You're ready for doubles. You ain't ready for tennis. Singles. You're not ready for singles. You're not.
You know what? Maybe
You
they
don't
should,
look-
maybe they should
look.
just stick to the whole Papa Sock thing, and then maybe
Okay,
Jack
so
will
for a moment,
get tired.
For a moment, I had this like wish, and then I put it away, that the Dmitry Tursunov and Stan Wawrinka match would be something.
Come
You know,
on.
yes, that thought occurred to me.
It did not occur to me. I'll just put that out there. It absolutely did not occur to me.
I felt that was like an ego match. I felt like
Because-
Dmitry
right.
had this strong ego, and it would be something for him to sort of say, "Damn it,
I fucked with Stan.
I could have been a you, Stan."
Exactly.
And so I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like one of those moments, and they're tied at 1 apiece. I mean, I know they probably haven't played since, I don't know, 3 years ago maybe, but
He was still playing tennis, and he got a direct entrance into the draw. He wasn't a wild card or anything.
yeah. So I was, you know.
Tennis
Well,
seriously.
listen. I mean, Dmitry Tursunov, he has match play. I mean, he lost in the final of a challenger. That's the thing.
You know what? Take that shit and go somewhere. You are on timeout. You just said he lost in the final of a challenger.
Stanley won tonight, so know your place, okay? Know your place.
It wasn't a challenger.
I saw that. I saw that.
Oh my
I
god.
took a look again, and I was like, wow, Stan went through Chennai without losing a set. That's like boss-like Stan. You know, Stan is feeling his oats. That's where Stan feels his oats. I can't really diss him. But for a moment, I had this moment where I really wanted Dmitry to like take it to
Because he goes up and down. You know, you could you never know it. Stan is not a reliable top 3 man. He isn't reliable anywhere.
Okay, so I thought.
I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, like, but I mean, even his fans would admit Stan is not a consistent. Like, he's not gonna be tournament to tournament, get into the quarterfinals and semifinals. He's not that kind of player. Sometimes he just doesn't feel it. And I mean, like, but when he feels it, he really feels it.
Watch out, right?
Exactly.
So
you know,
I mean, I don't know.
Stan
I mean,
has I think Stan doesn't even have 10 titles, 10 or 11 titles to his name.
Well, you act like that's no big deal.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal.
Listen. We care about Stan tremendously in Australia.
No, we don't.
Stan is the only person. Listen, Stan is the only person that is set up in this draw to possibly do something to Novak, right? Because that's their final. That's the final they've set up for us in this draw. This draw has given us a possibility of a Novak Stan final, although that's not what I got. So
That's not what I got either, but
no.
hey. You know what?
I'm a hater.
Just as an overall thought of the entire draw, I don't know why. It's just my gut, and I'm a woman. You know, as a woman, you go with your gut.
Okay.
I hope you're not making life choices like this, Janina. Go ahead.
I trust my intuition. Back off.
What did your gut tell you?
My gut tells me I have an idea of who it's going to be, but I think somebody is going to hand Nole his
Wait a minute.
walking papers.
Hold on. Wait, people. Hold on. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Alize Kone defeat Jeannie Bouchard. A breadstick and a 2-piece. So, I mean, like...
All right, you know what that means?
You didn't even give me time, Jeannie. You didn't even give me time.
Wait, that means that I gotta take. That means that my penciling Cornet taking down Halep. I might have to seriously think about that. No, I'm just kidding.
Can we get back to the draw?
Okay, yes, go ahead.
So, okay, I'm curious to know what your clusterfuck section is, because mine, for me, is clear as day. What's yours?
The Federer section?
Really? That's not mine. So we're not on the same
it's not
page.
as clear as day.
Okay. Reels, what was your clusterfuck section? Or did you even have one?
Hold on. I'm trying to see.
Well,
I know where my clusterfuck is. Oh no, I think maybe you and I have the same, Janina. My clusterfuck section was the Rafa section.
Yes,
that's the Rafa section.
Yes.
I have all
yes
capital letters. No. In all capital letters, I have the top of mine. No way Rafa gets through. No way.
Oh my god. You know what? No, I totally picked him to get through that section.
Oh, I didn't. He's got.
No.
I don't know. I feel like it's not happening. He hasn't been consistent enough. And that part of the draw is loaded, you guys. It is loaded.
With who? Honest Globus?
No. No. Let us think of potential. You know what? Zip it. Potential.
Go ahead. Tony, I hope you're reading your friend Janina, because you're only coming for me. But read Janina right now. Janina needs to be read.
Honest to goodness, I don't see it. You know why? Because look, you got Rafa Verdasco. That's like the biggest threat if Verdasco decided he wanted to play. But then if he doesn't get through it, then you've got Becker. Absolutely not. I mean, Shardy or Kuznetsov? No. I mean, Monfils if he decided he cared, or Anderson. Maybe
exactly. There's lots of maybes there. Let's be serious. In Rafa's quarter, we've got Verdasco, who might show up to play. He's not probably winning, but he could. I mean, he could. It's a reality. So that's a fucked up first round match. It's just I don't even like it. That seems so unfair.
I like it.
But Verdasco has never been the same since that
2009. So
yeah, I hear you.
I hear you. That deal. That double
but
fault.
You've got in that section. You've got Verdasco. You've got Shardy. You've got Monfils. You've got Anderson. You've got Milos. You've got Jackson.
And you got Rajiv Ram.
You've got Stan. Rafa. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think Verdasco could trouble him. I think Monfils can trouble him. Stan can definitely trouble him. I mean, that's a tough spot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see Rafa getting through it. I just don't.
I don't know. You know what's so funny? I had no problems picking Rafa to get through that. It was so weird.
I looked at that and I said, no way. No fucking way.
And you know what? It has little to do with Rafa, and it has everything to do with his
everybody else.
His opponents. Like, I think Rafa is titchy, but Rafa has been titchy all along, and it's still
titchy.
Titchy meaning that I know, right? It's one of those words I made up. Rafa's like, please kick my ass, and the player across the net is like, it's still Rafa.
Exactly.
Still Rafa.
Thank you.
So
Rafa
that's the thing.
Beat
so I
me.
mean.
And they let it go.
Yeah. Do I think that Anderson, if he's leading Rafa 2 sets to love, is going to finish that? Nope. Let me think on that. No, so I don't know. I wasn't convinced, and it's not. I mean, I think Rafa is definitely there for the taking, but I just didn't see it happening. And then I felt like if he got that far, he would be
feeling himself. Exactly. The thing about Rafa is that I don't think that much has changed in Rafa per se. I just think what has happened is a psychological thing in terms of players now think that he's beatable. They have a chance that if they play their game, they could trouble him. Typically, they just kind of lay down and die. But I mean, what we have in this section is a bunch of jokers versus Nadal.
No.
Shardy, Golbis. I'm surprised Golbis didn't have to play qualification to get into the Australian Open major, but apparently
I'm going to tell you who I'm looking at. I'm looking at Gale. I'm looking at Milos.
But Gale might be injured. I said he might be extremely injured.
He always might be injured.
So who do you have taking him out?
Monfils.
You have. I mean, I wanted to have Monfils taking him out.
No, I do.
But I'll let you.
Yeah.
I think that
if it happens. I think that this is the perfect opportunity for it to happen.
Wait a minute, Janina. Andre, you got off your Monfils bandwagon?
Right? How are you gonna abandon your boy like that?
I didn't abandon my boy, but I just feel like
you did.
No, I feel like Monfils has a bigger plan, and I don't think.
And what is that?
I just think that Monfils really wants
I think he wants to do well this year at a slam, and I don't think the slam he wants to do well is
This is the perfect place to start. And even if he doesn't get past anything else, taking out Rafa would be a great place to start. Whatever.
Anyways, if Monfils gets through Anderson, and that's just like, it's like one of those calm things. I think he could, but you know,
he can get through anybody. That's just it. He can get through anybody.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to. You know how like in the third round of the women's match, the women's section, I was really looking forward to matches.
Not so
in
much
the third
on the men's
round
side.
on the men's side, I don't care. Do I want to see Rafa play Shardy? Do I want to see Monfils play Anderson? No. Do I want to see Milos play Tortsky? No.
No. Stanley play Sock?
No.
I want to see Ferrer play Johnson.
You know what?
No.
Wait a minute. I've got Jack Sock and Stan.
You know what I want to see?
Starred because I think. Oh, you know what? I think that could be a fucking head case full of fun.
If Stock recovers in time.
Stock will be stock. What is a stock?
Well, if Stock recovers enough to get to the qualifier for Rosal in the second round, which I think could easily, depleted in the heat again.
Sure.
Exactly.
I like Jack Sock in a stand matchup. I like it. I think that could be good.
The lower half of this section is my train wreck section. Everyone down there is really emotional.
Oh my God, aren't they? Like, I want to pass out Prozac.
Tomic, Valelli, Fognini, Donald Young, Manarino.
You know what?
Andy Murray, like, the king of emotional is right down here.
I have been very vocal about.
But I mean, I don't know. First of all, I just want to ask a question. I don't know much about his pregnancy, but is there?
What are you talking about? Men are not pregnant. Rephrase that.
Oh God, you're gonna pull me up. You're gonna be politically correct now about his wife's pregnancy. But is there I don't know if there's some news that possibly that she might deliver early?
No.
I just made up sensational.
February. It was just something to give us some Andy Murray attention.
Yeah, it was just some bullshit narrative.
Because Donald Young, there is your chance. I think it's time to send some peppers to
So who do you guys see getting through that section?
I chose Feliciano and Mazza.
And who?
Andy Murray.
Andy Murray and Feliciano
I see them. I see them meeting in the quarters.
Interesting.
I see Murray and Ferrer. I have Murray and Ferrer.
I don't think Ferrer's gonna beat Feliciano. Or do you have Isner taking Feliciano out?
No, I actually have Feliciano.
If Jersey Yanoway decide to get his life together, he could take out that season.
But he won't. That's just it.
I was very kind to Isner. I have him going all the way to the third round. So
the third round. That is so kind. Check back. You know what?
I mean, honest to God, Isner does not have a great record at majors. He doesn't.
No, I mean that's actually big for him. So
I totally have Isner in the third round, and I have him going out to Feliciano, and I have Feliciano through to the quarters going out to
Murray.
Yeah.
So I'm
not convinced of that. I'm not. I think this is like clusterfuck part 2 because, like Andreen said, this is so emotional.
Everyone like Bellucci. My match to watch in this section is, if it happens, is Tomic versus Fognini.
Yes.
Just shits and giggles.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the drama on court?
Somebody's gonna get defaulted from that match.
You know what? It's quite possible. No, they might both get defaulted. I mean, has that ever happened? Because they're both crazy. They might both get defaulted, and then seriously, what happens if that happens? If they both do something completely crazy, what if they get into a fist fight?
Let me tell you what's gonna happen.
Is there a lucky
Someone's gonna do something crazy. Someone's gonna do something crazy, and as the umpire come and default the other player, the other one is gonna be like, "Yes, motherfucker, I told you, fucking ass is gonna get kicked out," and the umpire's gonna be like, "You gotta go."
Out too.
Okay, you gotta go too.
Does anyone listening know, honestly, what happens if something wild happens and both players get defaulted in a match?
That could be
the other player gets a bye into the next round.
That could be the match though. That doesn't live up.
I mean, where does it come from? I don't know.
No, it's too late for lucky loser. But the next round, the other person to the quarterfinal.
Exactly. So basically, that's like a gift to Andy Murray right there.
Exactly.
I guess.
So, and you know how before we had this section that we call the pretty boy section?
Is this it?
No. There was no. So I didn't have like a complete pretty boy section, but I had a pretty tennis section. And the pretty tennis section is definitely the Federer section.
Yeah,
before we go anywhere, I just want to mention. Okay, we're not talking about someone here. She might be an underdog or whatever.
Who?
Milos Raonic.
Oh, come on, nobody cares.
I mean, before we go anywhere, listen to me.
Oh, well,
No.
I'm just kidding. You know, it's because Milos really meets Stan, right? And so, like, that's his high point, is he meets Stan.
But he beat a Swiss last time. Milos, I just gotta say, just in case you decide to win something big. I mean, Milos, I usually like you and like your hair, but you're a motherfucker. I swear to God. I can't believe you won the Brisbane title and didn't acknowledge your opponent, even by saying, and my opponent. You didn't even mention the fact that you played somebody. You tagged World Peace.
Well, no, it kind of makes sense, though, because, but you know what, though? It makes sense. Who was Milos playing? An invisible Federer. So,
oh my God.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to do better, okay? And Stanley, handle Milos for your boy, okay? Handle Milos for your boy.
Well, you know, Stan has like a 4-0 thing against Milos. We can't say that about Federer anymore. So I think Stan has found his minion in the.
I feel like we've totally abandoned the draw. Can I just say that?
What happened?
I feel like we've totally abandoned the draw on some level.
No, I'm actually still in the draw. I'm in the draw. Look,
draw section. Anyway, I was saying you're pretty.
I do want to say that I agree with Andreen. There's a lot of pretty tennis in the Federer section.
That's like, think about. I'm not even.
Oh my God.
Can I tell you? I'm not really scared of the section for Federer because there are no really big hitters there.
He only has to defend third round points.
I know. And is it even third? I think it's like second, right? No,
it's third round. It's third round.
But because he started struggling in the second round.
What's his name?
But which is great because you know who he meets in the third round is Grigor. So if Grigor decides to man up, then that's a good time to do it.
He won't. I'm going to tell you what, Federer. I feel like
taking out Grigor, but okay.
I feel like Federer's biggest challenge
is his health.
Is his health? I hope he's sick. Or I hope he's sick. I did not just say that. I didn't mean that. I hope he's not sick, but, rumor has it that he's quite sick. So that's it was difficult to...
Margaret, why are you giving these kids some kind of children title? Put these kids in quarantine. Like, what? Margaret, come on, girl.
It don't work that way. It don't matter what you give them. They want their mommy. They want their daddy.
They want
to cough all over you.
Okay, can I just reveal something? Can I reveal something to you all? That there's one person in Nole's section that has a positive head-to-head against Nole.
Oh God, who is it?
Ivo Karlovic.
Yes, Evil is.
What is the head-to-head?
Oh, let me tell you.
I think it's 3-1, right?
To Evo.
The only person who got Novak last year, not in the final. The only person who has stopped Nole has been to every single tournament he played last year. Got to the final except Doha when he met Ivo Karlovic.
So the draw guys have thrown
But you know the problem with Ivo, right? All of last year, Ivo did not win a single final set tiebreaker. Did not.
The last time Nole beat Ivo was in 2008.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
It was on clay.
Wow.
Winning straight sets?
Okay, I need to rework my draw.
So, I mean, I think the draw decided... No, they decided, they were like, we need Nole to be challenged by somebody that has a good head-to-head, so let's toss Ivo right in there.
But you know the problem with that, right? You know the problem with that whole thing, right? Ivo has to win 3 matches to get
before there. So, yeah, that's a real problem.
That's so true. He's so fucking unreliable.
Problem.
No, I mean...
Nole, you're good.
You know how you said, you remember, I was just thinking about what you said last year at the Wimbledon draw, Janina, and you said that Nole wouldn't play his first match until the third round.
I think I said like the semis.
So unfortunately, this time around, Nole will not encounter Evo if Evo gets there until next week, the round.
Right?
16.
Oh
So Nole will probably get a challenge that match. That's about it.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Which is actually the first time I'm going to watch Nole. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm ignoring all Nole matches.
I mean, as much
point.
as it's gonna be a snoozer match, I am interested to see how Hyung Chung.
Oh well, yes, for the opponent. Yes, I'd like to see Chung.
How he handles himself against a #1 player like Nole. And
that's
I hope
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna watch a match for definitely for that. But I mean, him
I'm gonna tell you what I want, and I don't know. I don't really know it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna tell you what I want.
What do you want?
I want to see Novak and Tsonga.
I would too, but I don't know.
No.
I mean, just make sure that Baghdadis doesn't derail Tsonga or Pair decide that he cares and turn that head-to-head around. But you know what's really funny? Because I want to see Tsonga and Kay. They have really tight matches. Maybe because Tsonga was supposed to be, the one to take up the throne and become the next big thing, and it never quite happened. Maybe that's why the two of them tug. So, but they've always had really close matches. Always. So
I don't know what your
girl
looks like, but I don't have them playing each other.
Well, who do you have Kay going out to?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I do. Never mind. Sorry.
Yes, you do. You do.
I do.
You do.
I do.
You do.
But I don't know. I feel like Tsonga, if he gets to the quarters and he meets Novak, that's going to be the person that takes him out. No.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. Oh,
you know what?
I love Tsonga.
Do not patronize me.
I'd love for that to happen, but I don't know. It'd be a nice reversal of 2008, wouldn't it? But
it would be lovely.
Listen, these are the kind of fantasies you have to have when your #1 is so dominant. So
yeah, you gotta try to think of something different, right?
So ladies, let's have some popcorn matches for the
popcorn.
Overall, though, because I can't find much in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the biggest popcorn match in the first round is Cole Schreiber Nishikori, because the truth is it could go either way. I've got Nishikori coming through there, but he may not. He very well may not. Tsonga Baghdadis
versus Fidasco. David Alves and Fidasco.
I think that's at least 4 sets. Right?
I like that. Yeah, and you know what? Isner and Janowicz.
You know what I thought? I thought Tomic versus Istomin is not a given. Because Istomin is really solid, and depending on how Bernard Tomic is, like, it's one of those matches where he could get lost. Like 5-set lost. You know what I mean? Like, meander around too much. So, I don't know.
And Tomic in the middle of it would decide, I don't care anymore. Fuck this shit.
Exactly. And I feel like Istomin is a solid player, so I'm not erasing that from my list of possible something.
I like Donald Young and Santiago Geraldo.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I think that could be lots of fun. And I think if Young gets through there, then he gets to meet Andy in the third round.
Murray in the third. Yeah, like I think he could get through Sousa.
Yeah, no problem.
I initially picked Cuckoo to get through that, but we'll see. Yeah, I like that. I think those could be fun.
Well, I will be watching Sam Gross versus Adrian Manarino. Okay?
Of course you will.
I think Steve Johnson versus Alja Bedene? I feel like I'm going to be forced to watch it because it's Steve Johnson, and we're going to have to show Americans on TV.
Of course.
I'm going to be forced.
I think the biggest popcorn match, if it happens, of the entire tournament, honestly, swear to God, Tomic and Fonini.
Yes.
And I don't even know if it's so much for the tennis. It's just the emotional battery that's going to happen or should happen or I want to happen.
Or to me, actually, can I just say my head scratcher match could possibly be Nick Kyrgios versus Tomas Berdych.
You know what? Let me be real honest with you.
I'm not going to tell you any lie. I'm not telling you any lie.
I got Nick coming through there.
We have Kyrgios getting through that match facing Federer in the quarterfinals.
No, I do too.
I have Tomas. I feel like he'll outstudy Nick.
So.
I feel like Nick is gonna ride the wave of that hot cup title.
I think why I picked Nick is that last year when Thomas played the Australian Open, he had a huge crowd because he was dealing with Vidal on the court. This time around, the Aussie ain't gonna give two fucks because this is the only shot at getting anything in Melbourne. It's Nick Kyrgios. They don't like it, but they just have to deal with it. So I think Nick looked like he's want to be serious about tennis, and he knows that he should be serious. He better shut up, better put up or shut up. So I think he's gonna take out Thomas. And Thomas hasn't been playing decent tennis as of late. I'm just saying.
He's gonna like crumble in his new Adidas gear or something.
Yes. Even though he's matching, I'm not feeling it.
I feel like we've rifled through the straw.
Yeah. I think we're good.
We've exhausted it.
All right. So who do you got in the final? Who do you got in the final? Let's roll.
The final no, we're not doing the finals. We're doing this.
Oh, we're not doing that yet. You're right. All right. Round of 16. I've got.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got Rafa and Gail.
Ooh.
Milos and Stan. Faru and Feli. Tomic and Muzz. Nole and Simone. Songa Nishikori. Federer Dimitrov. Cilic and Crazy Kyrgios.
No, Federer and Dimitrov cannot meet in the round of 16. They're meeting the third round.
Who?
She has Federer and Dimitrov in the round of 16, but they can't meet in the round of 16.
Oh, yeah, it's the other one. You must have...
What? I messed up my draw?
Yeah, you have to look at... It's either Almagro or Goffin.
Oh, well, fuck it. I ain't looking at it again now. Doesn't matter. I got Fed coming through.
That's all she cares about. Actually, we're remarkably similar in our pick for the round of 16 for some, except for key moments. I've got Rafa Monfils as well, Milos and Stan, Ferreira versus Feli. I've got Tomic and Murray, and I have Nole versus Evo, and I have Songa versus Kay. I have Federer versus Almagro. I don't know why.
Oh.
And then which you know what?
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, whatever. I don't know. I thought that Almagro might get through Goffin. And then I have Cilic versus Tomas.
Yes, Cilic wouldn't die. I swear to God.
Look at me picking Cilic all the way to get to the second week.
I picked him as well. We can be in that boat together when it fucking sinks.
Relatively, he's got Chorich, who he has a good thing again, and he gets RBA possibly.
Sam Querrey.
Or Sam Querrey, but you know.
Does anyone else think of Harry Potter when you see RBA? Just asking.
No. Because he kind of looks like a...
RBA looks like a better-looking brother of Timur's Gabashvili.
Don't you remember the Horcrux? Okay, never mind. Forget it. Moving on.
Okay. Oh, I see who you're talking about. Oh, you mean like Tom...
No, Sirius Black's brother. Just move on.
Keep going.
Someone will understand in at a later date.
Okay, my pick are Vidal versus Monfils. If Monfils is healthy. If he's not, I think...
You know your qualifiers. I can't even deal with it.
I think Anderson collects his usual fourth round money, so he and Kelsey can have a good time somewhere. Raonic, and Stanley in the fourth round. Ferrer, he's consistent like that, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I mean, but we got on the Hewitt. I mean, seriously, Steve Johnson. I mean, like, seriously, ain't nobody done it to trouble Ferrer. Isner? No, I don't have Isner. God, no. Lopez. Ferrer versus Lopez. I want to believe Tomic could do that, but you know what? I have to pick Tomic because there just ain't nobody else in there that's really serious. Bolelli, Isterman, Baker. That's a buy for Bolelli. He defends his second round points. Good
I mean, talk about what an easy draw
for Murray. I think Murray.
That's a nice draw.
Have trouble against Ferrer. If Ferrer, powers up.
No, but all the way up there though, all the way up to the quarters.
Yes, Murray has nobody in here of interest at all. Like he's sleeping all the way through here. Really and truly, he does.
About the fact that think about Murray's
draw compared to Federer's draw compared to Nole's draw.
I mean, the only thing
did Murray get the cakewalk?
Yeah, because I think the only thing exciting.
Murray got the complete cake. Look at it. He's got that young kid in the first round.
Yeah.
Possibly Manarino or Young. I mean, you know what I mean? Or Tomic and Andy Murray had a nice draw
because
up until the second week.
Tomic could totally trouble him if he weren't going to be so emotionally spent from Fonini.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but just look at it. You've got Federer. Federer has an easy first round, but then you've got Doko, the talented one, Grigor if he decides, or Goffin if they decide. I mean, that's a nice.
I'm nervous about it.
That's like the nervy match.
It is.
Usually the thing with Doko.
If Federer is sick and he's not feeling well, Dolgopolov will jump all over that shit and take Federer out. Yeah. And then, seriously, Federer won't even defend his third round point.
Get to the third round, Federer. That's your goal. Get to the third round.
In Dolgopolov, I'm telling your ass, if you win that match, you better do something with it.
But the other thing, too, is that Federer has to be very careful because he has to play efficient matches. Because even if he wins matches and it's struggle fest, he's going to find himself in trouble.
Tired.
Which is what happened last year because Bolelli, it was a struggle fest against Bolelli. And then he lost to Seppi in the next round.
Well, so, at this point...
I wrote on my piece of paper on my draw, I said, I don't understand why did Murray always have to deal with the Australian brats. Is it because he's British? I don't get this.
Stop.
Gotta babysit Tomic.
Guys, you know the draws are set.
Curious. And I also have a question here. I don't understand. Bernard Tomic is ranked higher than Fabio Fonini? What? Who is doing these additions? I don't get this.
Listen, Fabio Fonini sometimes takes seasons off. And when's the last time you... I always feel like that. I always feel like I never see Fognini in the fall. Isn't that weird? All right, I'm exhausted. I feel like this draw took me out of it.
Okay. Anything... So we have so we didn't pick, for the fans who listen to that, we did not pick any the winner yet. You can probably decide, but we're gonna wait till you see later on. And so we'll get it for the midweek show or next week's show. You will probably pick a winner then. So again, if you have any questions, tweet and comment us below, and we will respond to the comments on Facebook and our YouTube. So any final words to wrap it up, ladies?
The final word from me is, I'm not going to tell you again because I ain't trying to send everybody and their mama something. Listen to the podcast, and you might get something fun.
Yes. So I'll put it up in the comment section below anyway.
Oh, God, please don't. No, I'm kidding.
I will do that in the comment section. So, yes, I am happy with my draw, and I'm excited. Don't forget, people...
I can't have a final word because my mic's decided that it's going to be crazy right now, which is the signal. Get off!
Don't forget, Janina, Australia is in the future. So, which means tennis starts on Sunday evening if you're in the East Coast at 7 p.m.
Fuck.
And if you're on the West Coast, it starts at 4 p.m.
Oh, God, that's so nice. I'm so excited. And MLK, thank you so much for having a birthday.
I totally have to work on the Black Man's holiday.
I don't understand. You should never work on MLK Day.
I need a new job.
Protest, always.
I take it off in protest. Mercy Hospital, you got it all wrong. Just throwing that out there. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Good night, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed our live cast show. Again, tweet us, comment, questions below. Good night, ladies.